2006 year model ML500. I'm going to show you how to install amplifier and subwoofers. Let me walk you through. I have 10-inch speakers and I'm going to install amplifier, which is a 400 watt maximum. It's a Pioneer brand, any brand, whatever is good for you guys. I thought I'm going to install this one, and this will be the amplifier, and these will be the two speakers, and these two speakers will go into this enclosure, which is a 10-inch enclosure, and I will show you how it's gonna be installed. And in order to install this, you really need it's called integrated device. It's called converter, which basically in order to do with the Mercedes upgrade, you really need that. This is called a high-low frequency adjustment converter, and this is what you need it in order to make amplifier work with your SUV. This Blanket audio kit, which comes with all the wiring harnesses which you required for amplifier and subwoofer to work. And if we look at the directions, it'll tell us that we need to run from our battery, the positive, and which takes a fuse in there, and then you run through your amplifier, and then you make another connection to the ground, which is your closest chassis ground. And then the other audio, which is called RCA interconnect, those connectors are gonna be coming on the back of the amplifier, and which supposed to go through head unit, and I will show you how it's going to be get installed. Let me show you. I have already opened up the command unit, and in order for you how I open the command unit, I have uploaded another video which has a detailed instructions of how you're going to open it. And as for the instructions for the RCA jack, how we're going to connect the low frequency converter, high and low, and the speakers and the ground, it's really cumbersome. Mercedes has a big cable wires, and it's really hard to figure out. And I did quite a bit of amount of time spent. I could not narrow it down the easiest way. And then even though if I did, then I have to run all the cables along through this my car, all the way down there and all the way back to my trunk. And then I thought that maybe there is a other way I can do it. So I found the easiest way, which I'm going to share with you guys. And I'm going to show you how we can do it the easiest way. In order to run the positive terminal on the battery, and as you know that ML500 2006, they have a battery underneath the passenger seat, and you open up, you bring the seat forward and you open up this, then you lift this thing up, and there is another I don't know if I can zoom it out real, has a pin. You can push that pin up and this thing comes up, and negative end is on this end. I wish it was a positive end on this side. I don't have to open that, but the positive end is all the way on the other side. So once you remove this, you add a lug to that wire, and you run through to the positive terminal. So I run that wire and it's coming down here, and I pulled it out through here. So then this wire gonna come towards all the way back, and I'm going to run this wire and through my back seat to all the way back, back trunk. Okay, the wire is routed right underneath this. You can slide this out, you can run the wire, and you have this wire coming here, and you can put a little sleeving to cover it up, and then you can use a bigger screwdriver. You pull this up and you put the wire underneath. As the wire runs all the way underneath, then you lift the chair up. It's going underneath. If you, I don't know, you can see it, I really pushed underneath, so it's going underneath. And if I can bring the chair down, it's coming all the way up here. So now it's back into the trunk. You need to do, you open this by unlocking these latches, and you pull this out. This Mercedes has comes with the subwoofer itself, so I'm going to use my cable harness, the wiring, into the existing subwoofer. So in order to make it work better, I removed another by opening two small screws, pulling this out. And it has the wiring coming to my subwoofer. So basically I cut these wires right here. Before you cut this one, you unplug this one, so you make sure that you don't get shorted anywhere while you're working on your amplifier upgrade. So I cut this one, and now the tricky part is how to install this converter. It's called a high-low, high-in frequency, and it triggers your output to your subwoofer. It has a whole bunch of wires, and if you know a little bit about the wirings, then you can do it easily. If you don't know, then it's really hard to put these wires together. Somehow that since this is not a Mercedes part, it's a generic part. It has one extra wire which I could not figure out, so I just basically closed it. It's just a floating wire. So you need to check that it comes with the yellow, which is the power itself. So you need to plug that yellow wire, and on your Mercedes you're gonna see the 4 wires: gray, green, black, and red. The red is a power, and the black is a ground, and the other 2 are the speaker wires. And if you look, the one is coming from the head unit, the wire, those color coded are differently. And I'm not going to concentrate on this one. I'm going to show you, you unplug. This is a live connector. Now this connector itself, this connector is coming from subwoofer. So I stripped the wire on the red, and I put the yellow wire here, and I soldered it. And on as for the ground, I did not use the ground on this one. I used the ground separately. And then on the converter, there is a plus and minus, negative and positive. There are 4 wires, so you can tie these 2 to gray and the other 2 to green. And 1 wire is a blue wire, which goes on amplifier, which called a system control wire. So you solder that wire to this blue wire on the converter. Once these all done, you hook this one back, and as for the amplifier, I'll show you how to get connected. And these are the subwoofer enclosure for speaker. I already put the speakers in there, and we'll put the screws in. The speakers come with the lugs, and you don't need to cut or strip. Basically, you can get the plier and the lug. You can crush it and make it smaller, and you can use the same connector to the terminal. I had added my Pioneer amplifier on the back of the enclosure. This was the wire coming from the battery, which I just showed you how to run through the positive terminal, and which comes along with another fuse, which is right here, and it fuse. So you connect it once. I'll show you once I'm done with this video. So you added that to the power positive. As for the ground, I put the ground here, and I use for my AC high-low frequency converter, I use that ground also on the same spot. And this is the system control, the blue wire I was talking about, which you need to be soldered on this high-low connector. And the other 4 lugs right here, which is for the speaker output, which 2 goes from here to the back of the speakers. And this is really easy. You push it down and you put the wire in there and release it. Same thing on the other side, the 2 wires goes. And then behind this amplifier, that's RCA jack, which we are initially planning to do it on a head unit and run through all the way from front to the back. But since I found the easier way, I'm showing you this, that you can do it back here. And these going on the back of the converter. White goes on white and blue goes on the red. And the ground wire, I can show you, I pick the body of SUV, which is already grounded. So I open the nut, I solder my lug into this wire, the ground wire, and I made it permanent ground here. In order for amplifier to work much better, the shortest the ground is the better ground, because you reduce more noise. And now only part is left is all these wires, which I have a lot of room in here. I can stuff those wires in here and it will be clean. And this is how easy to do the upgrade for amplifier with the 10-inch subwoofers. And I hope you will you will enjoy this video. And now I can hook this one up, and you can close it. And please feel free, if you have any questions or concerns about this video, I will be happy gladly to help you out. Now I can use 2 small screws, and I can put this one on the back of the speakers so it stays at one place. And now I'm going to do some house cleaning, because it has a lot of wires, and all these wires will use efficiently if I had to run through my main control unit. But since I don't really need it, I just need a small RCA jack to run from my amplifier to the converter. Basically you need a 1 feet or 2 feet, but since now I have 18 feet, it's too much of a wire, so I'm going to put everything in here to make it look nice and neat. And let me show you the performance of these subwoofers. Here is the actual sound and the proof. This is the hard shakes. As I have mentioned previously, this car belongs to my son and he loves to have these kind of goodies in his car. And he's the one who is videoing this. He's videoing this whole episode, and he having a smile on his face. He likes to see this woofers working and he likes the performance. And I'm glad everything works out perfectly fine. And you can put your subwoofer enclosure either. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video, and please feel free to leave any comments. And I hope if you're doing your project yourself, and you will save some money. Which is the main factor. I'm putting this video out so people can take advantage of it. I know that I did not get advantage because no one out there has initiated any videos like this, but I'm planning to do as much as possible. And I'm planning to upload also the videos for how to change oil, how to change a lot of stuff, whatever things we needed on our SUV. And for the rich guys, it's no big deal because they can get it done by mechanic. For people's like who enjoy these vehicles but they are limited with their budgets, this is a good videos and good insight how they can work themselves and enjoy and while saving the money. Thank you again for watching this video. I hope you will like it. Bye.